In terms of hydration, your best weapon is your towel, because if it can keep your body dry, you're not going to continue to perspire. You perspire a lot in much greater quantities when you already have perspiration on you. It keeps your body will continue to try to cool itself. So if as soon as you start to perspire, if you can wipe yourself down, you have a much better chance of fighting the loss of fluids. But a couple of other weapons. First of all, your water bottle. You always want to have a water bottle, and you want to be able to measure how many fluids you're taking in. A good gauge is to weigh yourself before you work out and weigh yourself after. For a runner in a city like in Atlanta, Georgia, people are losing about 5 pounds in a given run. So you're going to need to add back fluids for every pound you lost. And roughly the rule of thumb is 24 ounces. So that's a lot of fluids to take back in. Typically you try to keep yourself hydrated all day long, every day. But a good gauge for before, during, and after is before the run or before the cardio activity. You're going to want to take in somewhere between 12 and 24 ounces. This is a 24-ounce bottle. Approximately this amount of fluids before you started your activity. The best thing to take in if you're in a cardio activity is something like Gatorade. It's a perfect product. It's direct glucose, perfect setup to get you ready. It takes 30 minutes for your body to process this, so you're going to want to take it approximately 30 minutes before you start your activity. If you're doing an activity in hot, humid conditions like Atlanta, you're going to want to move to Gatorade Endurance, which has twice the salt. That's going to allow you to keep your electrolytes in balance a lot longer. As you try to adjust to taking in a fluid prior to an activity, you can mix it 50% water, 50% product, and then slowly adjust until you can do the product in its full strength. Now, during the activity, you're going to want to change it up a little bit. Or excuse me, after the activity, you're going to want to change it up a little bit. You're going to want to add proteins back in. And those proteins have to be whey proteins that are in an easily digestible form. A couple of things on the market. Endurox has been around for a long time. R4 is probably the most common sports after drink that you'll find. It includes not only the glucose in a ready-made format, but it also pulls in some proteins. You've got 15 minutes when you complete your activity to get that in. So go ahead and try Endurox. Two that are a little bit better are the Ultragen and the new Ultragen series EFS. These are a little bit stronger because they have an easier digested whey protein. So these I find to be a little bit more effective. The EFS you can even use during the activity, and you have a chance, through some of the research shows that you have a chance of pulling proteins in even during the workouts. But be careful. You can't use a heavy product like Endurox during an activity, or you're going to have some of the strength and blood that you want pulled to your muscle is going to be pulled to your stomach to break down the proteins, since you can't typically utilize proteins during the cardio activity. When all else fails, consider having bread or bagels or some pure carbo available. Remember, you only have 15 minutes to refuel your muscles adequately to avoid any kind of microscopic tendon tear and muscle tear that happens while doing an activity. And from the time you finish your activity, you're really trying to just prepare your body and get full recovery so that you're ready for your next workout.